Oh man, I've given up. I am 33 minutes into a 54-minute episode of The Only Way is Essex, and I've given up. I've made some notes, we'll talk about some stuff, but I'm not watching any more of that shite tonight. Right, let's crack on.
The only way is love, baby. So you.
Good evening. On my paper here, I've written down towie points, of which I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, 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 blah. Right, okay, it doesn't matter. It's all pretty much about the same thing. Exposition. For those who aren't aware of exposition, I don't mean to patronise or anything like that. It's a way to move the story along without actually being part of the story. It's like a background thing that flows. The Only Way is Essex is full of exposition, and it's the only way it can really work. It's designed to help us remember what happened not even last week, last 3 days ago, right? How stupid are people that watch this programme? I know I do, don't you fucking start. How stupid are people that watch this programme that need a reference to something that happened not more than 3 days ago? I'm just talking about the previously bit, okay? So it's like, you're showing what happened previously, so that must mean that story's happening again. Yes, it is. Not only that, but throughout the episode, it is littered with exposition. I should give some context to this. 3 girls are out, they're doing some roller skating practice, and one of them says, "Oh, I'm so glad that we're all out and we're having a practicing." It's unnecessary, and I have mentioned it before. This is something that I've mentioned before that things are set up. Another setup, okay, this is incredible, okay, and this is beside the point of the exposition, but have a look at this picture. I'm not going to show you the conversation, just this picture. It is here. Okay, now, why is this area of the table not being used? And it is because the camera angle. As a viewer, what we meant to think is like we are a viewer, or we're watching a candid situation, or we're voyeurs. What is it? Make your mind up, because it doesn't flow, and the only way but people think it flows is if people don't realise it doesn't flow. Now, what else have I got here? Telling the same story over and over and over. It's sort of that exposition thing, however it goes a little bit deeper. You know that person at your work or school, if you're a 12-year-old, like I imagine most of you are, who remember don't watch this because nobody watches this, so why would a 12-year-old watch it? There's that person that everybody's got in work who tells the same story over and over and over, and I don't mean just like the forgotten, I mean they like to tell you the same story over and over and over. That's what towie is all about, is telling you the same story, and partly it's to set it up, partly it's to set the scene, but partly, and I think the majority of the time, is the creators are going, you need to remind them about this. Why? First of all, we know. Second, do we even care? No. A couple of last points, right? What I've noticed is there's a thing in Essex that they do. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna, because I'm sick of this show, I'm gonna do this one on Monday, right? Okay, so that will be what Mondays is about, is this particular nuance of a girl from Essex. But I do have a final point. John's talking to Lauren. Lauren is saying, when you get in these crazy moods and you go out pissed up and stuff, and I don't want to be part of that, so I'll distance myself from you. Here's what he suggests she can do instead of doing that.
When I'm annoyed with someone, I'll distance myself from that person. That's how my brain functions.
But then, instead of just ignoring me or distancing yourself, don't.
That's right, just don't. Just do the opposite of distancing. Just don't. What an argument. If only all arguments were like that. Well, in his world, his knuckles scraping the floor, gravelly voiced motherfucker's world, I'm sure that that's how all things are done. It's black and white. Why do we even bother? Right, that's it. That's it on that, because as I say, I gave up. So I've run out of any examples. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Oh, that's bully shit.
No, I've had enough now.
Oh, grumpy at 40.